The day my husband insisted we fire our maid without reason, I felt something was off. But nothing could prepare me for the truth I uncovered. My husband got our maid pregnant and tried to throw her out to cover his shame. What happened next turned my entire life upside down. Welcome to Infidelity Truths. Before we dive into today's gripping story, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more thrilling stories just for you. Let's begin. It started like any normal day until my husband called me unexpectedly. His tone was sharp and final. "We need to send the maid back to her village, he said flatly. I was caught off guard. "What happened?" I asked, already uneasy. "I don't want her in this house anymore. The girl is beginning to carry a strange spirit." "A spirit?" I repeated, confused. "I'm not ready to explain anything. Just know she has to leave. We can always get a replacement." I blinked in disbelief. "But at least let us find someone else before she goes. Think about me and the kids." "There's no time," he cut in coldly. "She's leaving today. I'll drop her off after work myself." He didn't even give me a chance to protest. He turned to the maid and said, "Start packing your things. Once I'm back, I'm taking you to the park." The girl simply nodded, her eyes lowered. Something about her silence didn't sit right with me. As soon as he left, I walked over and sat her down. "Please tell me the truth. What's going on? You've never disrespected me, you've never given me trouble. Why is my husband suddenly acting like this?" She shook her head, avoiding my gaze. "Nothing, Ma." "No," I pressed. "You're a woman like me. One day you'll be married too. If something is wrong, I deserve to know. I won't judge you, I promise. Whatever you say stays between us." That's when she broke. Tears streamed down her face as she clutched the edge of her wrapper. "Ma, I'm pregnant. The baby is your husband's." The ground seemed to shift beneath me. My heart pounded, and yet I wasn't surprised. Something deep inside me had been whispering for days. His behavior, the sudden urgency, it all made sense now. She continued, sobbing. "He has been begging me to abort the pregnancy, but I refused. I told him I can't do it. He got angry and said if I won't terminate it, then I have to leave. He promised he'll send money to take care of the child and even support me in the village. But he doesn't want me here anymore." I sat there, numb. A storm of emotions swirled inside me: betrayal, confusion, heartbreak, and oddly pity for the young girl before me. "I don't know what to do, Ma," she said, looking at me with tear-filled eyes. "I don't want to go back like this. I'm scared. I didn't plan for any of this. Please tell me what to do. Tell me." I sat there, frozen. My husband, the man I gave everything to, had betrayed me in the worst way. And now the girl he violated was sitting before me, pregnant and terrified. I took a deep breath, wiped my face, and looked at her. "You don't have to be afraid," I said calmly, though inside I was shaking. "I'm not going to throw you out like garbage. You're carrying a child that didn't ask to be here." She looked at me in disbelief. "Ma, I didn't mean to hurt you, I swear. He forced himself on me the first time. And after that, he started threatening me. I didn't know how to speak. I was scared you would blame me." That broke me. I stood up, walked to the window, and stared into the distance. Everything began replaying in my head. The late nights, the sudden changes in his attitude, how he got overly protective whenever the maid was around, how he never wanted her to go to the market or leave the house. He was hiding her, and now he wanted to hide his shame by sending her away. I turned back to her. "Do you have any family here in the city?" "No, Ma. I only have my mother in the village. And I'm scared to go home like this. My mother will collapse if she finds out I'm pregnant, not to talk of who's responsible." "I understand," I said. "You're not going anywhere." "Not yet. Let me handle this." She nodded slowly, wiping her face. That evening, my husband came home, briefcase in hand, like nothing happened. He barely looked me in the eye. Instead, he went straight to her room and knocked. "You ready?" he asked coldly. I stepped in before she could answer. "She's not going anywhere." He blinked. "What do you mean she's not going anywhere? Have you gone mad?" "No," I replied, holding my ground. You got her pregnant, didn't you?" His face turned pale. What are you talking about?" "I know everything. She told me. And before you start denying it, let me remind you, you're not as smart as you think. Your shameful secret is no longer a secret." He tried to laugh it off. "She's lying. You're going to believe a girl like that over your own husband?" I stepped closer. "Don't insult my intelligence, Kingsley. You've been acting strange for weeks. You've been avoiding me, treating her like a prisoner, and now suddenly you want to send her away without a word? If there's one thing I've learned, it's to trust my instincts." He was quiet. His eyes darted around, searching for something to say. But the silence said it all. I lowered my voice. "You'll not throw this girl out to cover your shame. You will take responsibility. I won't cover for you. I won't lie for you. You will face what you've done." He sighed deeply, rubbing his forehead. "So, what do you want me to do?" I looked at him with tears in my eyes. "You will not abandon her. You'll find a place for her to stay, and you'll care for that child. And me? I need space. I need time. Because the man I married has become a stranger." He looked at me like he had just lost everything. And he had. The days that followed were heavy with tension. My husband barely spoke to me. He left the house early and returned late, like a stranger walking through his own home. The atmosphere had changed, cold, thick with unspoken words. As for the maid, Chidinma, she stayed quietly in her room, only coming out to clean or eat. I tried to be kind to her, even though my heart was still breaking. I wasn't ready to forgive her, but I couldn't punish her for what was clearly his doing. Then one evening, she knocked on my door. "Auntie, I need to talk to you." I gestured for her to come in. She looked troubled, her eyes red like she hadn't slept in days. "There's something else I haven't told you, something I've been scared to say, but I can't carry it anymore." My stomach twisted. "What is it?" She hesitated. Then she dropped the bombshell. "Your husband. He's been doing this to girls before me." I sat up straight. "What?" She nodded, trembling. "When I first came here, he warned me never to get too comfortable. One day I overheard him on a phone call talking to someone. He was threatening a girl, said if she ever opened her mouth, her family would suffer. I didn't think much of it until he started getting close to me." My throat went dry. She continued. "At first, he would accidentally walk into the bathroom when I was in there. Then late at night, he'd come to my door. I tried to avoid him, but he was persistent. One night, he forced himself on me. I covered my mouth, tears rushing to my eyes. Why didn't you tell me sooner?" I was scared and ashamed. I kept hoping I would leave this house quietly when my contract was over. But then I got pregnant, and he changed. He became aggressive. He wanted to erase every trace of me and the baby. My hands were shaking. There it was, the full picture. My husband wasn't just unfaithful, he was a predator. The next day, I made up my mind. I waited for him to come home, and when he stepped into the living room, I said calmly, "We need to talk." He rolled his eyes. "About what again?" "I know everything," I said firmly. "Not just about the pregnancy, but the other girls, the threats, the abuse. I'm done covering for you." His face darkened. "So she told you lies now?" "She didn't lie. I recorded our conversation." His eyes widened. "I've spoken to a lawyer. I'm filing for separation, and you will provide support for Chidinma and that baby. If you refuse, I'll take this to the authorities. You'll not only lose your family, but your reputation, your job, your entire life." "You wouldn't dare," he growled. "Try me." And just like that, the power shifted. He realized the damage was already done. As he stormed out, slamming the door behind him, I held my head high, not because I was happy, but because I was finally free. Free from lies, free from manipulation, free to rebuild on my terms. After I confronted Kingsley, everything spiraled quickly. The next morning, I packed a few things for the kids and moved out. I couldn't stay another night under the same roof with a man I now saw as a monster. My heart was in pieces, but I had to be strong for my children and for myself. I filed for separation through my lawyer and made it clear that I was willing to press criminal charges if he tried to hide from his responsibilities. I also reached out to a women's organization that offered shelter and legal support for victims like Chidinma. They came to the house and spoke with her, and what happened next shook me to my core. Two other girls came forward, both former maids who had worked for us in the past. They confessed to being victims of Kingsley's manipulation and abuse. One had even terminated a pregnancy years ago, in silence. They had carried their pain alone until now. Everything became public. His company caught wind of the scandal. Within a week, Kingsley was suspended, pending an internal investigation. His carefully built reputation crumbled like a house of cards. Friends stopped calling. His family tried to reach out to me, begging me to drop everything for the sake of peace. But I refused. What about the peace he destroyed in our home? The innocence he stole from those girls? The trust he shattered in me? Number silence was no longer an option. Through the help of the women's group, Chidinma was relocated to a private shelter. She began prenatal care, enrolled in a basic skills program, and slowly started smiling again. That young girl who once trembled in fear now walked with quiet strength. As for me, I focused on rebuilding my life. I got a new apartment, found a flexible job that allowed me to care for the kids, and even joined a support group for women going through divorce and betrayal. Sharing my story helped me heal, and it helped others too. Months later, I sat in court as the judge finalized our separation. Kingsley was ordered to pay child support, cover Chidinma's medical bills, and undergo a mandatory investigation for his alleged sexual misconduct. As I walked out of the courtroom that day, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Freedom. No more lies, no more pretending, no more suffering in silence. I may have lost a marriage, but I found my voice. And with that voice, I chose to protect others, speak up, and walk boldly into a future where no woman has to suffer in the dark again. Moral lessons from the story. 1. Trust your instincts. The wife's inner voice told her something was wrong and she was right. Never ignore your intuition. It's often your first warning signal. 2. Silence protects the guilty, not the innocent. The maid's silence gave the husband room to continue his abusive behavior. Speaking out, no matter how hard, can be the first step toward justice. 3. Abuse of power is evil. The husband used his position of authority to exploit vulnerable girls. Power should never be used to manipulate or harm others. 4. Courage is choosing truth over comfort. The wife chose to confront a painful truth rather than live in denial. That courage set her free and protected others. 5. Healing begins when we stop hiding. Both the wife and the maid found healing when they stopped covering up and started facing reality. 6. Real strength is standing up when you're broken. The wife didn't fall apart. She picked herself up, protected the vulnerable, and rebuilt her life from the ground up. 7. Every action has consequences. The husband thought he could bury his secrets, but eventually they caught up with him. You can't escape accountability forever. Thank you, my amazing subscribers. Wow, what a journey. If you've made it to the end of this story, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Your support means everything to me. Every time you watch, like, and comment, you're helping keep this channel alive and growing. And trust me, the best is yet to come. I see all your comments. I feel your love, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Your thoughts and feedback inspire me to create even more powerful stories. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. More shocking twists, emotional journeys, and real-life lessons are on the way, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Together, we're building an incredible community, and I'm so grateful to have you on this journey with me. Stay strong, stay inspired, and remember, sometimes life's greatest lessons come from the most unexpected moments. See you in the next story.